This is Full Horn Tragoth, using all of the bull goat related equipment, and we'll be exploring how his build contends in the lands between, facing challenges in the arena. But, like the video, and give it to me bite sized. So for our equipment, we're using the bull goat set, which provides the highest amount of poise and defense in the game, but comes with the ugliest chest piece I've ever seen. There's not much to say about this set, other than the fact that it weighs a ton, meaning you will either need a hefty amount of endurance investment, or to use the Jarl's Arsenal. Then we have the Giant's Crusher, which serves as a fantastic colossal weapon which can be infused with weapon arts and doubles up as a shield due to its fantastic guard boost. The weapon art by default is Endure, and Tragoth uses the Ground Slam, but I've equipped it with Lightning Ram so we can stick with the bull goat theme. The skill unleashes a terrifying and sheeply bar before rolling with lightning towards an enemy for damage. You have to keep pressing the button rather than holding it for the weapon art to continue, which often means fighting the controller. Also, our weapon is massive, taking up a large portion of the screen, so seeing your enemy may be a bit difficult. Lastly, we have the Bull Goat's Talisman, which will give us 25% extra poise, for a grand total of 133, meaning most attacks won't stagger us, and we could trade hits with enemies. So our stats are peak desperation for this build, as I'm only using the Bull Goat themed items, with the weapon being an exception, meaning we need 69 endurance to medium roll. While the number is fantastic, it also means very little points to invest anywhere else. With 40 strength we can two-hand our hammer, and 51 vigor is just enough for us to not get destroyed in combat. This is based on a level 125 hero, with all equipment upgraded one level below the maximum, which will avoid you having to use a rare Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So how do we use this goat of a build to win? Well, Big Hammer go crash towards our enemies while managing our spacing, as our attacks are super slow. Our range is also short, meaning we'll have to get pretty close to an enemy if we want to strike. The Giant Crusher's heavy attack, while being unique in its animation, is terrible in PvP but great in PvE. This is due to the fact that it's more telegraphed than a stroke and hits slowly for massive damage. Our jumping attacks are quite nice, and our rolling attacks suffer from both short range and the fact that the attack thrusts the weapon into the ground, hitting our enemy's toes. But one super effective tactic we have is the Lightning Ram, which is pretty fast and does constant damage to enemies who are touched, even catching enemies after their rolls. I like to use this to finish off difficult enemies, but be aware that you can get staggered out of the attack. So our weaknesses are anything long or quick. Halberds, spears, daggers, swords, magic spells, they'll all give us a hard time, causing us to have to chase our enemies around the arena to deal damage. But against other big swingers or people who are not moving as fast, we will do quite well, dealing great damage while benefiting from high defense and poise. Overall, I think this build is a must-have for a Tragoth cosplay, as without the Bull Goat's Talisman and Lightning Ram, you're at a major disadvantage with less poise and a slower inferior weapon art. You could even take this further with the Jarl's Arsenal and Green Turtle Talisman to help your stamina recovery and free up some points for vigor and strength, or potentially dual wielding them. This weapon will do fantastic in PvE, but might struggle in PvP where opponents are more nimble, quick, and capable of dodging your attacks. But I'll leave you with some uninterrupted battles in the arena. Let me know your thoughts on the build in the comment section below, and of course subscribe. This is Bite Sized Otaku, and I hope you enjoyed.